Warning, the following show will spoil the hell out of George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire books and the TV show A Game of Thrones. Also, you're probably going to find a fuck ton of bad language. The explicit tag is there for a reason.
Death and boobies, 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 death and boobies.
Hello and welcome back to the Ironwood Network Book Club. I'm your host, Maester Ironwood. Here with me, as always, is the lovely Septa Ironwood.
Ooh.
Septa, how you doing?
Doing okay. How are you?
Doing good. We're also joined, as usual, by brave Sir Micah.
A lot more braver lately.
A lot more actually brave these days.
Yeah.
So, brave Sir Micah. One of our friends broke him, but actually fixed him.
Yeah.
So, all right. Septa, what are we here to talk about?
Cersei,
I think it's 3. I don't know.
I think it's 2.
No, I'm pretty sure it's 3. It's definitely 3.
Okay.
Because it's like Cersei, Jaime, Cersei this time again.
Okay.
So
I'll take your word for it.
Pretty sure it's 3, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
It's
another fucking
sometimes.
Cersei chapter, another dive into Cersei's crazy fucking mind.
She's not. Well, she is kind of crazy.
She's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. Bonkers.
Yeah. She is not the queen.
Well, according to her, she is.
She's not.
That's not what she says.
I love how she got like a Snow White type prophecy told to her. We'll have to talk about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and how it played on the decisions that she's made in her life.
Uh-huh.
And the things that she's done and that she's done them too.
Yep.
All right, so...
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah. I think that she needs to suffer from an outbreak of coronavirus.
She has a 98% chance of survival.
At least. Probably closer to 99 or 99% plus. Which is unfortunate because it's fucking Cersei.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people in King's Landing would die before her.
Oh, yeah.
All the poor people.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, before Septa attempts to synopsize this incoherent mind warp of Cersei Lannister,
yeah,
I do have a haiku.
This will be interesting.
It's kind of an homage to a song.
Will I recognize it?
You might.
Go for it.
Go ahead, burn it. No, we don't need no tower. We'll let that fucker burn.
I don't know it.
We don't need no water. Let motherfucker burn. Burn, motherfucker. You never heard... Really?
No, who sings it?
Originally the Bloodhound Gang.
Then I might have heard it because I used to listen.
You didn't listen to their older stuff. This was off of their album. I forget what the title was.
Mm-hmm.
But it was an album that did entirely a cappella. It was all beatbox.
Oh, then definitely not.
This was well before their...
That was before I liked
like you do on the
acapella.
Discovery Channel song there.
Then I have no
made
idea.
them poppy and famous. This was like old school Bloodhound Gang that was, I think, way better than their really commercial shit, so...
That was before I liked acapella.
Yeah, so this was... Yeah, so that album was great. Classic songs like You're Pretty When I'm Drunk. Fantastic.
I know I am. I definitely think
It's I'm menage a trois, you and me and drunk. A Heineken.
Yeah.
I need to say, I liked them much better before they went super pop with that whole fucking Discovery Channel song. Same thing with Green Day. Loved that before they became pop.
Yeah, we got in trouble for playing that song in school.
What song?
The Discovery Channel
they're
song.
Poppy. They're like pop hit song. They're like number 1 on all the charts.
Do it like they do on the Discovery Channel.
Yeah, doggy style.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was not allowed in school.
That's because school was lame by the time you got there.
School was always lame. I hated school. I'm like one of those few people that would not go back to high school.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't either.
Fuck my reunion.
I haven't been to a single one yet.
No. My sister was all upset that we didn't get invitations to our reunion, and I was like, oh well.
Yeah, I could really care less.
I talked to 3 people from high school.
Yeah. We just had our 20th reunion this year. I didn't go.
No.
I don't care. There's like 3 people from my graduating class that I still talk to.
And that's over the internet.
And that's over Facebook because we all live in different parts of the country now, so whatever. It's all good. But
we digress.
We digress on that, but yeah, so that's where that song comes. I'm sure there's people out there who know the song I'm talking about.
Yeah, because I have absolutely no idea.
The roof.
I know that one.
That's the song.
Is it?
Yes.
Those are all the words I know.
The roof is on fire. Yeah. We don't need no water. Let the motherfucker burn.
Okay, I didn't know all the words.
I couldn't use all the words because I had to fit it in a 575. So I had to use, like, let that fucker burn instead of let the motherfucker burn. So, you know.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I couldn't make it exact, but yes, that's the song I'm referencing.
Okay.
You probably know the more recent version of it.
Probably.
Not the beatboxed version by the Bloodhound Gang. But that's where I first heard it.
I'm not sure. I couldn't tell
There was a newer version which actually had music, which was still old for you because it was on the original volume 1 of Jock Jams.
Okay, yeah, that's where I heard it. Yep.
Y'all ready for this?
Yep.
I love that CD.
Okay.
I still, to this day, have a playlist on YouTube that is the Jock Jam CD. That's a great CD. One of the greatest mix CDs ever made.
I just use
Jock Jams
Spotify now that my playlist is gone.
Yeah, well.
My 14 gigs of music.
That you never listened to. Because you have Sirius and Spotify and the other one.
I don't have the other one anymore.
Pandora?
No. I don't.
You don't have the Pandorica?
I mean, I have an app. I have an account somewhere. But
the Pandorica is no longer open? That's a Doctor Who reference for any Whovian nerds out there.
I know of at least one listener who'd get it.
There's got to be a bunch.
Well, I know of at least one.
Yeah, if they listen to us, they've got a good chunk of them got to be Whovians, I'm sure.
Right.
All right, well, let's get into Cersei 3, Septa.
All right.
Why don't you give us a brief synopsis of what the fuck went on here?
So it's another wedding! Yay!
Another royal wedding.
I'm sorry, I probably had as much drink as Cersei does this morning. So it is...
No, you're hitting the Riesling a little hard tonight.
Yeah, just a little. So it is the morning of Tommen and Marjorie's wedding. It is a very modest affair.
I mean, if you can call a 7-course meal with a couple hundred guests a modest
It is less
affair.
than 100 guests, but it is like 7% of what Joffrey's wedding was.
Granted, yes, but that's because Joffrey's was ridiculously opulent.
Well, maybe a little bit more, because Joffrey had 77 courses and he only has 7.
Right, so this is...
Plus, nobody wants to pay for that big of a wedding now anyways.
Right.
Cersei...
7 courses I wouldn't exactly call modest.
Yeah.
Like, our wedding will have, like, 2 courses. That's modest. Maybe 3.
Just have a buffet. We'll have to talk about that later.
We'll see. We'll see about that.
So... She is in a very pissy mood.
Oh, all the time.
Well, she feels she has been tricked into this wedding, and she did not want it to happen now. So she wears black to the wedding.
Now, if she's as smart as she claims to be, how could she be tricked?
Exactly, right. Yeah, exactly. So she wears black, still in mourning for her lovely firstborn son who was tragically murdered at his wedding.
Horrific monster of a son.
She is overly panicked over Tommen being killed at his wedding.
Yeah, and then gets a very bad omen.
Yeah.
With breakfast that morning.
Yes, the omen was it was a boiled egg with a dead bloody chick in it.
Yeah.
So.
By the way, I'd probably never eat another egg again if I saw that.
That is why Storm does not.
I know. I was
eggs.
just going to say it, which is why I do not begrudge your cousin Storm for not eating eggs, because I would probably be done with them too if I ever got that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that was a No, that was a farm fresh egg. My mom brought those.
Well, then I think we're okay with the store-bought ones. Probably better. Just saying. Plus, you don't have to clean the shit off of them.
That doesn't bother me. Wear gloves and you're fine.
See, I was never big... Okay, so I was never big on the farm fresh eggs. Because growing up, we never had them.
Right.
What we had farm fresh was milk straight from the bulk tank.
Right.
Which I still love to this day. It's just...
I've never had it.
Oh, so
I would love to try it, though. So what if, we get a place and I get a cow and I just milk the cow and we drink that?
That's way too much work. Way too much money.
I milk the cow.
That's way too much work and money. You have to milk the cow like 3 times a day, just so you know.
Well.
We both have to work, so. But I probably do know where I can get you some fresh from the bulk tank if you want to try it.
I just want some fresh from the cow meat.
I also know where you can get that.
Oh, good. We'll have to talk about that later, too.
It would involve me talking to my bitch of an ex-girlfriend.
Oh, well, then that's not going to happen.
Who sold my golf clubs.
I'm not going to let you talk to her.
Who stole my golf clubs.
Why would you even want to talk to her after she did that?
Well, you said you wanted that.
I don't want it that badly.
Because we could probably get it at a good price because it comes straight from her dad.
I don't want it that badly.
Okay. Just saying.
She don't need to come back in the picture.
Just saying. Oh, She's like engaged and shit, so it doesn't really matter about that. But
I don't give a shit.
half a cow for my fucking golf club.
She does. But
anyway, we digress again.
Yeah.
We've hit anything but Cersei.
It is so bad tonight. So
Not even just, it's just because it's Cersei.
I know.
And like Cersei's chapters are literally all the same.
So
It's just Cersei being
she's
pissed.
taking out all her anger on her maid Sanella, or whatever her name is.
Yeah. It turns out she has good reason for, even though she doesn't know it.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Well, so Cersei heads down to the wedding, and everything's within the castle. They're not going anywhere. They're overly protective with the guards. There's guards everywhere. Tommen's not even allowed to sleep in the same room with Marjorie without a guard standing there all night.
Not any guard.
Lord Commander, the King's
Has to
Guard.
specifically be Jaime.
Yes. Cersei's trying to, punish him, I guess.
Well, it seems like, yeah, she,
But she is convinced Tyrion is going to climb up through the floor and kill them at the wedding.
Yeah.
So...
Even with all fucking...
And she does have a plan to have a bonfire afterwards.
Yeah.
So
something like that.
she heads to the wedding, and Marjorie's wearing the same wedding dress she wore to Joffrey's wedding.
Yep.
Which Cersei is absolutely furious about.
Yep.
And then Tommen uses the Baratheon family cloak to cloak her during this ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
And that pisses her off because it's not a Lannister cloak.
Mm-hmm.
The ceremony happens, they go to dinner, or they go to the reception, and Cersei's all mad at how everyone there is a traitor against her, nobody likes her, blah, blah, blah. She's the real queen, not Marjorie.
Right.
Even though Marjorie legally is.
She's half tempted to take Tommen and rule from fucking Casterly Rock.
Yes.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, Cersei. Holy
Tommen
shit.
does cough because he swallowed too much wine in one sip. Freaks the fuck out of Cersei. And
Just
so,
a coronavirus. Calm down. Just a coronavirus.
so
Get
Cersei
corona.
has to step out to collect herself.
Yep.
And one of Marjorie's ladies in waiting comes up to her and says, "Just so you know, your lady in waiting, Cersei's, is one of Marjorie's.
She's a spy.
And everything you tell her, she tells Marjorie's cousins, and they go back and tell Marjorie."
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Yep. And then
So she goes,
berates Jaime some more.
yes.
Because why not?
Yeah, because nothing's going her way, and she can't imagine why she ever loved Jaime.
Yeah, he's so stupid.
Yeah, he's so stupid. Everyone's against her.
Yeah.
Nobody's there for her. Blah.
Nobody loves me.
Whatever.
Everybody hates
Maybe if you
me.
weren't such a cunt. So the reception's over. Tommen's son is dancing and blah, blah, blah.
Which also pisses Cersei off.
Yes.
Everything pisses Cersei off.
Yes. Well, she thinks Tommen looks ridiculous. I think he's a little boy having fun.
Yes.
And
There's like 5 cute girls. Of course he's having fun.
yeah, because he's like 9 and
Yeah.
she's 16.
Yeah.
So, reception's over, and she says, let's go have a bonfire. And they have completely gutted the Tower of the Hand.
Yes. Found hundreds of secret passages and shit.
Piles of old gold.
Piles of old bones.
Yep.
One boy broke his legs. 2 other guys went completely missing and haven't been
Yep.
found. So they're still in there,
Yes, somewhere.
by the way.
Maybe somewhere in the castle.
As this happens.
Yes. And she burns it.
With wildfire.
Yep. Along with most of Tyrion's possessions.
Yes.
Just burns down the tower.
Mm-hmm. And then
Nakatomi Tower.
sends G to bed.
Yeah.
Cuddles up to Osprey Kettle Black.
Yeah.
Arm in arm watching the fire burn.
You mean she sends Tommen to bed?
Well, yeah, but Jaime too.
Jaime has to go
Right.
watch all
Right.
night.
Yes.
Yep.
So, good stuff. And that's where we end. Is her arm in arm with Kettle Black.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about this. All right. So, let's talk about Cersei because...
They're off again.
So...
They're...
While Jaime was gone, all she could think about was Jaime being back.
Yes.
Now that Jaime's back...
She wants nothing to do with them.
Yeah, she fucking... It's like she fucking hates him.
I think she's... I honestly think on some level she is just mad because her world is falling apart.
Right.
And she can take it out on him because he won't do anything about it. And the fact that he lost his hand, his fighting hand...
Makes him useless to her.
Right. And that pisses her off even more. And he's also now not the same person he was when he left. So he's
grown up a little bit.
He's not as gullible to her workings.
Bullshit. Yeah, he's grown up a bit.
Yeah.
And gotten a little bit more mature and kind of understands the world a little better. He's not naive he was before.
Yes.
Which is good. Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
But, so I know how this is going to play out for her.
Okay.
Because it's going to cause problems.
It's Cersei. It's always going to cause problems.
She's treating Jaime.
Well, yeah, because Jaime's not going to want to do anything for her.
Yes. To fight for her.
Yeah.
He's not willing.
Well, he's lost his fighting hand.
Right.
And that'll be his excuse. I guarantee it.
Fire.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Because what runs through his head? Kettle Black and Lancel and Moonboy, perhaps.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so she's really, like, sowing a lot of bad shit to later on in these books.
Yeah.
And just in this chapter and the way she's treating Jaime.
Yeah, she could have at least pretended to be okay with today. Instead, she's got, like, a bitch face, I want to speak to the manager, all day.
Yeah, her resting bitch face is obvious.
Yes.
At this point.
Yeah.
She's obviously got the I need to speak to cut, so I think that
her hair hasn't been chopped off yet.
I think her name is obviously Karen, not Cersei.
Today, she's definitely a Karen.
Yeah, so
she's getting dressed. She's wearing a black dress for mourning for Joffrey.
Yeah.
Because I can't say reality. How long has it been since?
Probably.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So, I do agree with Cersei on the fact that this may be too soon for the wedding.
Not if you need to secure Tommen's throne.
Yes. Because it's a very weak line at this point.
Yes.
Especially with Stannis' letter, who just came in the mail last night.
Yes.
Claiming that Tommen and Myrcella are bastard children of Cersei and her brother.
Yes, and it didn't just come to the castle, it went to everybody.
Yes, so they're not just bastards, they're bastards of incest.
Yes.
So now those rumors are going to be flying around.
Again.
Yes. I love how Lady Olenna says, well, his mother's here, and at least we know you are his mother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines.
That's exactly what she says.
Yeah.
His mother is here. That we're sure of.
Yes, that's what she says.
I love Lena.
Oh, yeah. Sassy as fuck. I love her.
So good. Yeah. She treats her handmaid like shit, obviously. This is fucking Cersei. Of course she does.
Yeah, Sanella is a bottom feeder.
Yeah.
She's a dirt people.
She's a dirt person. Absolutely. Yeah. She treats her like shit, of course, naturally.
Mm-hmm. Which is probably why Sanella has absolutely no problem telling Marjorie everything that's going on.
Absolutely.
If she treated her like a fucking human being, she probably wouldn't.
She's gonna regret it.
Sanella?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Cersei will have her killed, I guarantee it.
A little worse than that. You'll see. We get to it.
Okay.
But
you know, if Cersei had just treated her like a fucking human being...
She might have been less willing to rat on her.
Yes.
No shit. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And that's right. So that's Cersei. Like, Cersei does everything she can
to piss people off.
To make everybody be against her, simply to prove her own feelings that they are against her.
Yes, and then wonders why no one's her friend.
Wonders why they're all against her.
Yeah, she's self-sabotaging herself.
Absolutely, yeah. This whole thing is just one giant self-fulfilling prophecy, where people treat her like shit because she forces them to treat her like shit, and then she wonders why people treat her like shit.
Yes.
And it's like, just look in a fucking mirror.
Yeah.
Like, there's your reason.
Yep. And your looks have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, absolutely. If you were a halfway decent person, combined with your looks, you might be, like, beloved.
So, speaking of
Fulfilling
prophecies. She does talk about, in this chapter, about a prophecy she got from a wood witch named Maggie.
Yep. Her and her friend were out walking in the woods. And
her friend is no longer alive.
Yeah.
So, I wonder why. Maybe Cersei killed her to keep it a secret?
Yeah.
She pushed her off a ledge?
Down a well.
Really? So that she couldn't tell anyone what the witch said?
Killed her friend. Yeah.
How old was Cersei?
They were kids.
So, Cersei...
Yeah, Cersei's a fucking monster.
Has never had friends.
We know that. She's a monster. Her only friend her whole life has been...
Right. So, this wood witch told her she'd get everything she ever wanted and more.
The frog.
Yeah. She'd get... So, which means it was probably up now near Mount Caelan.
Well, that's way up north. This was near Castle Rock.
Oh, okay. Well, they call her the frog. I was
Yeah.
just thinking because Mo Kalen's like, they hunt frogs.
Yeah, but no, it was
Okay.
Maggie the Frog, but no, this was down. Cersei never went Robert.
Okay. Okay.
No, this
I
was
didn't know.
this was near Castle Rock.
Okay.
When she was a child.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, out in the west.
I could be wrong. It's okay. Told her she'd get everything she ever wanted. She'd have 3 beautiful children.
Gold will be their hair.
Yep. And when a beautiful queen came in to take her place, she would lose it all,
Yes.
including her children.
Gold will be their hair, shrouds.
Yep.
And then only after all 3 of them die.
Yes.
Killed by the Valancourt.
Which is what?
So in Valyrian, his younger sibling.
She's got 2.
Well, so here's the right. So this has sparked controversy with everybody.
Yes.
In the community.
Yes.
So technically, Cersei has 2 younger siblings,
Yes.
Jaime and Tyrion.
Yes.
But then there were other younger siblings, not her younger siblings, but other younger siblings who have vendettas against Cersei.
Arya.
Arya Stark.
Sansa Stark.
Sansa Stark.
Bran.
Bran. Not Jon Snow, because
Right.
Jon Snow's the oldest sibling. But,
Yep. Daenerys is younger than...
Daenerys is a younger
Viserys.
sibling. Absolutely. And one that most people don't think about, some people do, the Hound is
He is a younger
is
sibling.
a younger sibling.
Yes, he is.
So
They said the Valancourt, not your Valancourt.
right, it's just the Valancourt. And so
Which
initially,
this part is not discussed in this chapter.
Right, but this is the prophecy that
Right.
we're talking about. Yeah, it goes into detail later on
Yes.
on it, but we'll get all the detail out right now. We might as because we're
Right.
talking about it.
We'll clarify it later
Right,
when more of
but-
it comes out.
So Cersei believes that Valancourt. Oh, all right.
So you're talking about Cersei and the Valancourt? Is that the word?
Right. So Cersei is convinced that it means younger brother because
Right.
she only has 2 younger brothers.
Right. But it could be
we
any
will
of
learn
them.
later on that a term like Valancourt in Valyrian,
Is it Valancourt?
Yeah.
Not Valancourt?
it's Valancourt.
Okay.
But we will learn later that words like that are actually gender neutral Valyrian.
Okay, so it could be a woman, too.
Could be either or, exactly.
Marjorie's a younger sister.
She is indeed.
All right. And
remember-
Marjorie did say, "Oh, so we were like sisters."
I remember another part of it was that a younger, more beautiful queen would come along,
And Marjorie is a queen.
right? At first she thought it was Sansa,
Yep.
but now it's not Sansa, or maybe it is.
Or maybe it is.
So but
Daenerys is a queen.
yeah, yes, a younger, more beautiful, because Daenerys has been in all of the world, and she's younger queen
Yep.
than Cersei. So there's even Myrcella,
Yes.
if Dorne were to make her a queen,
Yes.
which could then signal the deaths coming within her family and the downfall of her.
I would love to see the Dornishmen do that.
You would, huh?
I would.
All right, well, our next chapter is in Dorne.
Yes, it is.
Yep, the Soiled Knight with Aerys Oakheart.
I was going to say it was Oakheart.
Yes, Aerys Oakheart, the Soiled Knight. But yeah, so that is the prophecy that she's talking about.
And it plays in her head multiple times this chapter.
I'm assuming it's played in her head every page of these books.
Right. Yes.
Even before these books. Every day of her life.
Yeah.
It's probably played in her head.
Yeah, so everything she does to keep her family alive.
Yes.
But it backfires.
Because she's bad at playing the game.
Yes. Even though she thinks she's the best at
She
it.
thinks she's amazing at it, yeah.
Yeah.
But she's delusional,
Yes, absolutely.
is what Cersei is.
Yeah.
But, alright, yeah. So the wedding is kind of a boring affair for the most part.
Yeah.
Kind of like the only real interesting thing I think about it is Jaime asks Cersei to dance.
She says no.
They shouldn't just say no.
She basically says fuck off.
She's like, what, with your fucking... I don't want you, like, beating me about with your fucking retarded golden hand. Get the fuck away.
Yeah, and Jamie twice today says, I love you too, sister, and walks away. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then she refuses to dance with anybody.
Yes.
Not just Jaime.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
she
did we
seems to be nicer about it to most of the other people.
Did we forget to talk about the conversation she has with Jamie this morning about how he has to guard Tommen?
I figured we just get to that, but...
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm not really talking about, like, in order, just kind of, like, the different things that happen.
Yeah, so she did turn down 3 men for dances, and everyone else seemed to get the hint after that, and they just kind of let her sit and drink.
Yep.
But they did raise a toast to the 2 queens.
Yes.
Which That's not how the line of
not how this
succession works.
No.
Marjorie is queen.
Yes.
You are regent.
Yes.
That is not how this bitch works.
Right. And I mean, in reality, honestly, Marjorie is Marjorie.
Absolutely. Now that she's married to Tommen, she absolutely
Correct.
could. She can absolutely rule in her husband's name until he's of age.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Cersei doesn't think about that once.
Nope. Would be interesting if the Tyrells tried that.
They should.
Especially with Tywin gone.
They should.
Yeah. Because I don't know as though Kevin, who doesn't seem to like Cersei at all, would stand up to them in that.
Yeah, no. He does make a point that saying he's leaving for Lancel's wedding.
Yes.
And he's going with Lancel because he can't really return to the Rock. Well, I mean, he can. Mm-hmm. But Cersei has named 2 of her cousins to lead out there, which means Kevin has no place there.
Right.
So that was her fuck you to Uncle Kevin.
Right. Which is weird, right? Because, I mean, essentially, they're related to Kevin in the same way that she is.
Yes. But it's not Kevin who's the Warden of the West
or
the head of the castle.
It's the shittier brother.
Yeah.
The shittier youngest brother.
Yep.
Who Tywin did not trust 100%. Did not believe was a great general.
Yep.
Did not believe was a great strategician and a tactician. So again, Cersei, because of this paranoia and delusion that she has put the wrong Lannister in charge of the West.
Yes.
Because she's nuts.
Yes.
And so, once again, her family is going to suffer.
She's becoming the Mad Queen.
Yeah, and so her family is going to suffer.
Yes.
Because she's making horrible choices.
Yes.
She puts the 2 sons of lesser uncle she has in charge instead of letting Kevin rule out there.
Yep.
All simply to spite him for not wanting to be Hand.
Yes.
Which he told her, I will be the Hand as long as you leave and give up your regency.
Yep.
But that's not what she wants, because she wants, basically what
she wants total control.
She wants to rule and then have somebody respected, like her Uncle Kevin, rubber stamp all of her insane plans for her, so that people will follow them.
Yes.
Which is what she wants, and he knows that, which is why he told her,
"Fuck yourself.
I will be the Hand, but you stop being regent and go back to Casterly Rock, and then I'll do it.
Yep.
If you want the king in my hands and me running the realm, that's fine. I'll do it, but these are my terms."
And I'm not going to do it while you're here under my nose.
Right. She wanted a rubber stamp for her insanity, somebody who the people would trust. Which Kevin Lannister is one of those guys.
Yep.
He's a nice guy from a well-respected family who people like. And they will listen to him because Tywin listened to him.
Yes.
So she wanted that rubber stamp for her policies.
Not getting it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's very simple. When like some crazy person running for president, like name some old standard bearer guy as their vice president, right? Who just kind of like brings like that, the tradition of the American political system.
Like Joe Biden?
Like when Obama named Biden. Exactly. Same idea.
Yep.
You got this young upstart guy coming in, raising hell with the young people.
Yep.
And then he names old steady-handed Grandpa Joe
to
be his vice president to kind of bring that rubber stamp, keeps the people in the real power okay with the young upstart guy being in charge.
Yes.
And that's what she wanted with Kevin.
Yep.
And he told her to go fuck off.
Yes.
So now she's punishing him by naming 2 morons from her other uncle to be in charge.
Yep.
Brilliant idea, Cersei.
Yes.
Brilliant idea. Because, so I wouldn't be surprised if the West is lost quickly down the road in the wars to come, because they've got the wrong people in charge out there. Mm-hmm. All right.
She sets everyone up to fail and then goes, "Why are you fucking failing?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's her thing, right? More self-fulfilling prophecies.
Yes.
Yeah,
she's causing the problems and then can't figure out why she's got all the damn problems.
Right, exactly. Yeah. All right. The next kind of big thing at the wedding, the last big thing at the wedding, really, when she runs off dying.
Yeah, she thought Tommen had been poisoned when really he took a big gulp of wine.
Right.
And choked on it.
Yep.
So he's okay, and she realizes she's not okay, so she takes off so she can't
cry in private.
Yep.
Now let's talk about the security that's here. So
yes,
all of the White Knights are there. Several gold cloaks without weapons.
Yes.
And Maester Fucknut, not Pycelle, the other one.
Qyburn.
Nope, the actual other Maester. It was like Pycelle's understudy or whatever.
Oh, whatever.
Is there with the antidotes to the 20 most common poisons sitting in the back of the room, just in case.
Behind the dais, where no one can see him.
Right, but Cersei's like, it's pointless to have him here, because Tyrion's not going to kill this one the same way.
Jaime says that.
I thought Cersei said that to Jaime. I'm pretty sure Cersei said that to Jaime.
Oh, maybe.
Because then Cersei's like, he's more like to come up through the floor and slit his throat or something.
Yeah.
And Jaime's like, there's like 3 fucking huge knights standing right next to Tommen.
Yep. One is standing right behind Tommen's chair. One is standing right behind Marjorie's chair.
Right, which is right next to him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jaime keeps patrolling the room.
Yeah. So
one is Tommen's official taste tester.
Yes.
He's eating everything.
The one who really pissed off Jaime, Boris Blunt.
Yeah. Is taste testing everything before Tommen eats it.
Yes. Which is not an uncommon job for somebody to have.
Right.
Regarding
Joffrey
royal
didn't
families.
have it. But it didn't matter because it wasn't the food.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. And nobody gets to drink out of the royal chalice other than the royals. So
the royal chalice is filled.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so while she's out there, she's talking to, and I forget who it is.
It's one of Marjorie's women.
Right, who is not from Westeros.
She's from
Lys.
No, Myr. M-Y-R.
Okay. Myr, yeah.
Yep. But she's married to a Highgarden family.
Yes. So she doesn't feel any particular loyalty to Marjorie.
Right.
She's more into power.
Yes. And Cersei can see the power hungry in her eyes. Absolutely.
Game recognized game.
Yep.
So Cersei notices that right away.
Yep. So this lady comes and tells Cersei, hey, I just want you to know your handmaid.
Yep.
Your servant.
Handmaid, essentially, yeah. Lady in waiting.
Yeah. Is one of Marjorie's girls.
Spies, yeah. Yes. She's a spy. She's telling us everything.
Yep.
That you say and do.
Yep. And Cersei's like, how? And I guess they go praying together at the Sept.
Yes.
And while they're knelt down beneath the mother, she's whispering to, not Marjorie, one of Marjorie's cousins.
Who then tells Marjorie, right?
Yes.
It'd be too blatant if she were there, right? Because Marjorie's the queen, so it'd be too blatant if she were there whispering to Marjorie as a handmaid. Right. So,
and it's not always the same cousin, so.
Right, which makes it easier to, pass it along without drawing suspicion.
Yes.
Unless somebody knows exactly what's going on.
Right.
Which this girl does.
Yep. Or she says she does.
She says she does. I tend to believe her.
Yes.
So, Cersei kind of like 100% believes her immediately.
Yeah. Why?
I mean, because
everyone's out to get her, that's why.
Exactly, because she's built up in her head that everybody is plotting against her.
Yes.
Which, to be honest, it's not really Marjorie, I don't think, plotting against her.
It's Lady Olenna.
It's Olenna, exactly. Yeah. Like in reality, Marjorie is just a pawn of Olenna.
And Marjorie probably knows it.
Absolutely, but she gets to be the queen, and, you know, her children will be kings and princesses down the road, so, she gets that.
Ladies of high lords' houses and stuff like that.
Plus the king. Mm-hmm. Her firstborn son will be the king, so, Cersei's also convinced that she's not a virgin, because Renly had a cock.
Right, and if he's anything like Robert was.
Right, he's used it.
Yes. Which she probably definitely is not a virgin.
Right, but I don't think it's from Renly.
No, you think it's from her girls?
Well, yes, that, but she's also remember the conversation she had with Sansa?
Yeah.
About
use
all
what
the
you've
guys,
got.
Yeah, all the guys she's fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's been banging dudes since she was like 13 probably.
Yeah, probably.
Just to get special favors and shit.
And information.
Yeah, absolutely.
Use what you've got, just like Cersei does.
Reminds me kind of like Finnick Odair, right?
Yes.
Just trading himself for information because it's more powerful than money.
Yep.
Because money she already has.
Yep.
From Highgarden. But information is something that not everybody can get. And if you get your hands on it, it's extremely useful.
Yes.
Like this girl from Myr who has information would probably...
And gives it willingly.
And would probably... because I think she rightly understands that...
Cersei's not the person to fuck with.
Not just that, but if she has this information, Cersei seems like the type to reward those...
who are loyal to her.
Who are loyal, exactly.
Right.
Which I don't think is true.
Right.
And
she'll kill you when she's done with you.
Right, exactly. Talking type of shit.
Just like she did with her friend when she was a kid.
Right, exactly. So, So we'll have to see how this plays out for this girl. Mm-hmm. See if it plays out well at all. Because it might very well not.
Right.
But anyway, so that's kind of like the last big thing that happens at the wedding. The next big thing is the fucking bonfire that we have.
Yes.
So let's talk about this Tower of the Hand before we talk about it burning.
Yes.
All right. So for the past 2 weeks, Jaime and his men have been tearing it apart.
Yes.
Ripping
Brick by
down
brick.
walls, ripping up floors. They found hundreds of secret passages.
Yep. Bags of gold coins from the first king, Ares.
For the first not Ares, Viserys.
Yes.
The first Viserys.
Yep.
So you're talking, 300 years ago almost.
Yes.
Bones.
Yep.
All over the place.
Animal skulls.
Animal and human bones.
Yeah.
So here is the story. When the king who had the castle built, when he built it, he had all of those secret passageways built into it.
Yes.
And then, in order to keep those passageways a
He
secret,
killed those who created it.
Killed all of the builders.
Yep.
Yes. It was most likely their bones.
It depends on how many bones they found, but yes.
Right. Some of them, I would say, at
Yes.
least. While exploring all of this shit, there was one stable boy who broke both of his legs when he fell
Yep.
down a chute.
One had to get pulled out of one backwards
Yep.
because he got stuck. Some of these were so small they had to get page boys and stable boys.
Yes. And then 2 men just went flat missing and have not been heard from since.
Yes.
So who the fuck knows where they are?
Right.
Like, they could be in there, like, still alive. Like, hey,
This must be a really, big tower.
yeah,
like,
this
huge.
Yeah, this is a giant tower. Think like Drum Tower at Winterfell
Okay.
type tower. It's huge.
Yeah, probably bigger, though.
I don't know. The Drum Tower at Winterfell is fucking big.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I mean, on that level, like, it's a big tower.
Right.
I mean, it's not like a rinky-dink little tower. It's a
Yeah.
big tower. Because you gotta remember, it's like the Hand lives there. All of the,
His
the
guards.
Hand's guards, his,
Servants.
squires and servants and
Yep.
all of that live within this tower.
Yes.
Plus, it's got like the big reception hall.
Yeah.
It's got that giant solar
Yeah.
for the Hand. So plus family members as well.
Right.
Because when Ned was there, Arya and Sansa all had their
Yep.
own rooms, and their ladies in waiting had their own rooms. And
Right.
It had a fucking kitchen of its own in the basement, so that way they could get their breakfast right from there. So
There we go. Yeah.
because remember, that's where Arya threw the orange
Yeah.
at Sansa.
Yes.
So yeah. It's a big fucking tower.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's secret passages everywhere that go everywhere.
And now there's one other thing that they mentioned.
Yeah, this
Wall,
Go ahead.
thing, that just drops straight down, and there was a hole in front of it.
Yeah, so there's a hole that goes nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, it just goes on forever. Nobody
Now,
knows
is
where
it the
bottom
privy
is.
hole?
I think that they would have mentioned that if it were.
Yeah, they didn't say it smelled or anything.
Right, they talked about it being this well that went on forever. Mm-hmm. Well, we know what's underneath everything in Westeros is that Blackwater River. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if that's what's at the bottom.
But why would it be there?
I mean, why wouldn't it be? It's at it's at places of power. Think about where it is, right? The Dothraki homeworld, the homeland.
Right, but
The
I'm
womb
saying
of the world.
the Tower of the Hand.
Right. The Red Keep, the Castle of the Kings, right? Another place that we see it is Winterfell.
Yeah, that's where we see the water, but...
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think I think this is a hole to that. Because I think that in some way this is some sort of entranceway into that lower world. Like, I have no doubt that this actually goes probably into that cave system. Why it's there, I don't know.
And how do you get down there safely?
Who knows? Maybe you weren't supposed to.
Then why not just cover it up?
Like I said, I don't know. I just have no doubt that in some way this relates to the underwater cave system with the black water.
Okay.
I just had no doubt about that.
That's fine.
But we'll see.
I think it should... that's what it was, I think it should have been covered over. But maybe they couldn't cover it over.
I mean, maybe a long time ago that spot in the tower was used for blood sacrifices.
That
To the
would be a
black
valid
water.
point. Kill them, drain their blood right there.
Yeah.
Be a very valid point.
So who knows? Because remember, we think that Valyrians were first men.
Right.
So
They had to sacrifice to the blood water.
right,
Or
so
black water.
that means the old gods, which are
Yep.
the same gods as the gods of the north.
Right.
So it's entirely possible that the Targaryens, in a similar way to Ned Stark performing his blood rituals, might have also been performing them in this castle.
Yeah.
And they do it in the Tower of the Hand to keep it away from the public and away from the main...
You know what she didn't mention, though? The tile floor with the dragons on it.
Well, so that's in the regular castle.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's in the Red Keep.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, so that's the Tower of the Hand. Cersei has had the pyromancers lace the entire fucking thing with wildfire. And she lights a big, huge candle that she's told will burn for days.
They said at least through the night.
At least through the night. It's going to burn long. It's wildfire.
Right, yeah.
That river was burning for a few days.
Yeah, that's true.
And that was water burning, so...
Yep, and this is a stone tower with all of Tyrion's possessions in it.
Yeah, all his possessions. You got, floors and tapestries and beds and carpets and furniture and all sorts of shit to burn.
Yep, so she sends Tommen to bed.
Yep.
Now the thing about that is, change the subject a bit.
Yeah.
Cersei did not want them to consummate the marriage, which is fine because he's 8 years old.
Because she still wants to be able to set it aside.
Right. And he's 8 years old.
Right.
So they've at least agreed that can wait a little bit, but they have to share the bed tonight.
So I remember this conversation she has with Lady Olenna reminds me of when Ser Dantos was about to be killed by Joffrey. Yeah. And Sansa's like, "You can't kill him." And then he's like, "What do you mean I can?" Joffrey's like, "What do you mean I can't?" And the Hound is like, "What a man it's bad luck to kill a man on your name day.
Yeah.
What a man sows on his name day, he reaps the rest of the year." Right. And so you've got Lady Olenna, who's just reminds me of that conversation where Cersei's like,
"Oh, it's absolute bullshit."
Yeah, they will not spend the night together. And she's like, "Well, it's bad luck if they don't spend their wedding night in the same bed." Right, yeah. And so Cersei's like, fucking cunt. Right. Right. Because like the same thing, right? It's like old wives' tale that she has to follow, just like Joffrey had to follow the Hound's old wives' tale about reaping what you sow on your name day. Right. This is old superstition shit that they both had to follow, which is, I just find that little connection there. So she's grudgingly agreed to let them stay in the same bed.
For one night only.
Yeah, and Marjorie's handmaids will be there as well.
Yep.
And she wants Jaime specifically to
stand guard all night.
Yeah. Not Jaime said, "That's fine. I'll send a guy." She's like, "No,
not
a guy.
You will stand by that bed all night to make sure Tyrion doesn't pop up out from under the mattress and kill him in his sleep."
Which I think she has a different reason for wanting it to be Jaime.
Why?
So we get that answer at the end of the chapter, the very end. Right. So she is adamant that it is Jaime who spends the night in Tommen's with them. Right. Now, after she sends Jaime and Tommen along to bed, she then pulls up next to Sir Meryn Trant, Osprey Kettleblack. Yeah. And stands arm in arm with him all night, watching the fire. Yes. I'm pretty sure that she's going to go get pounded by Mr. Kettleblack. And she wanted to make sure Jaime was occupied and wouldn't find out.
She probably wants him to do something. She's using her sex to get what she wants from the guy.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, she's definitely... Well, I mean, she just controls him that way, right? Right. He's like her man on the Kingsguard. Yes. And she does that with sex. Yes. And, apparently they're like, their night to do it is now. Right. So she obviously wants to have a little bang, bang, nudge, nudge with him that night. So she comes up with something that Jaime has to do to keep him occupied.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why. All right. Ready? Yep. All right. And that kind of brings us to the end, I think.
Yeah, it definitely does.
If you have, I don't want to show anything else on this chapter.
Nope.
I really don't.
What is half a groat? She said that multiple times in this chapter.
Know. I don't know. Half a fuck? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't give half a groat. I don't know. No idea what that is.
She's like, she'd pay half a groat to see something.
You can probably find out. I betcha that there's this interesting resource. I don't know if you've heard of it before.
Le Google.
Yeah, where if you go on there, you type in something, it'll tell you all about it.
Yeah.
Let's see if it does.
He's being sarcastic.
A little bit.
A lot of it.
It is any of various medieval European coins, in particular English silver coin worth 4 old pence. Archaic use, a small sum. So basically, I don't give a shit. Right. Because I do not care a groat. So I was pretty close. I don't give a fuck. I was close.
There you go.
Nice. All right. So that's the end of that.
Yep.
End of Cersei.
Yes.
For now.
For now.
There's
lots more to go.
Yeah, there's more. All right, now, speaking of Marcella, our
Yes.
next chapter
Is in Dorne.
will take us down to Dorne,
Yep.
where we will join up with the Soiled Knight,
Yep.
Sir Aerys Oakheart
Yes.
of the King's Guard,
Yep.
and we'll find out why he's soiled.
Yes.
The young man's been breaking his vows.
You're not the only one.
No, of course not, but just saying. Breaking his vows. Let's see. So, yep, that's where we're going next time on Friday.
Yep.
We're going to that. After that, I don't know. Probably
I don't know either.
Probably Cersei again, because why not?
I think it might be a Brienne.
Yeah, I don't think it's a Cersei, but, it seems like every other chapter in this is Cersei.
Right. There's a lot of Cersei.
So let's thank everybody.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, patrons. You guys are awesome.
Yes.
If you want to support the show, over to patreon.com/Ironwood.
Yep.
Easiest place to do it. Little's $1 a month. Let's see. Other than that, for everything else, how to contact us, how to subscribe, all that good stuff, head over to our website, IceAndFirePod.com.
Yep.
So until we catch you again on Friday, goodbye, guys.
Bye.